Well, it's no secret that the Sonoran Desert is an incredible place to live, and one of the things that makes it so interesting are the local foods. Now, you have a chance to get acquainted with everything the desert has to offer thanks to the Cooper Center. Here to tell us more are Colin Waite and Mike Mayer. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Such a pleasure. I almost said tonight because this food is making me hungry, and I'm thinking I want to have some of this for dinner. So let's talk about, Colin, what inspired such a unique event?
So this is actually the third year that we've had some kind of a desert food event at the center, and we're always trying to promote the natural beauty of the Sonoran Desert and the deliciousness of the Sonoran Desert. So it's an opportunity to have the public come out to the center, see the center itself, and celebrate the wonders of the desert.
Beautiful. And you brought some of the stuff along with you. Mike, can you sort of hit on some of the things that we'll be able to see there?
Sure. Well, most people are pretty familiar with the prickly pear fruits called tunas that are harvested usually a little earlier, but there are still some out now. And you're probably familiar with the usual prickly pear jams and jellies that we have right here. But you can also make gumdrops and fruit leather, which we have over here, and even popsicles from the prickly pear fruit.
Who knew?
So these will be out there in terms of demonstrations, and we'll have the recipes there. Another great treat in the desert are mesquite pods. Now, so many of us think mesquite pods, I just got to rake them up and throw them away. But here's a food source, a very nutritious food source. So, and it can be ground into a flour that can be used to make crackers, that can be used to make brownies, cornbread, biscuits, tortillas. So we're going to have a hammer mill out there so folks can bring their dried, clean pods, and we'll grind it into mesquite flour for them. So that's some of the delicious stuff that we're going to have available.
Well, who knew this was all just waiting there to be harvested? You know, that's really what we want to become, is we want to harvest the things in the desert. So besides the food, what else can people learn and expect to do there?
Well, we're also going to have El Suerito restaurant there to show us how to prepare nopalitas. And we will have some bakers there. We're going to have native seed search to show us how to plant native seeds and have the seeds actually available for sale. We'll have some other vendors using desert materials to make their food as well.
Fascinating. And Colin, you have this big cool sun oven here. Tell us what part solar power and the sun is going to play in the event.
Well, obviously solar energy is a big thing out here in the desert with all of the days of sunlight that we get. And so all of these amazing natural things that we have in the desert are powered by the energy of the sun. And so we'll have the Solar Guild of Tucson, as well as some other solar energy demonstrators that are going to be on hand to help us show how important and valuable solar energy can be.
Yeah, the solar store is going to be there. They'll have their trailer and they'll be producing the energy for us from the sun.
Beautiful. So it's a completely renewable event. It's going to be great. And you're going to have somebody, a speaker, a Sonoran Desert expert. Really quick, tell us about him.
So we are really lucky to have the voice of the Sonoran Desert, David Yetman, as part of our event. And David is famous as an Emmy Award-winning documentary filmmaker with The Desert Speaks on PBS. And he also is a research scientist here within the Tucson area at the University of Arizona. Wow. He's an expert on the desert itself and the native peoples of the desert. And so we're going to have him speak about how his expertise connects in with the event itself.
There's going to be so much to learn there. You know, you can get knowledge about solar power. You can learn how to harvest all these delicious foods. And really, the point is to get in touch with our surroundings and where we live, because it's all around us. So I want to thank you both so much for what you're doing for people's awareness of all these delicious and these really mind-boggling things that you wouldn't think are out there. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Absolutely. Now, guys, the Desert Foods Fiesta event is this Saturday at the Cooper Center for Environmental Learning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, it's free and open to the public, and you can learn more by calling 626-1825 or by logging on to coopercenter.arizona.edu.